Welcome to Enchanted Art by Emily. Today, I want to show you how I turned these sketches into the cover of Sketchbook 9. With the cover all prepped, now we just need some acrylic paint. And now for the painting. The idea for the cover is I want a Gothic-like stone window framed by some sort of leafy plant bush thing for a border, with a magical creature character and a spirit wisp that are from my creative story. The welcome page and the last page of the sketchbook, I plan to have the same window shape and leaf framing, but the welcome page will have two human fae magic folk characters, while the last page will have a different magical creature. But right now we're focusing on the cover. On a scrap piece of paper, I played around with which brush would make the leaf size. Once happy, I mixed up the first leaf color. When mixing the leaf colors, I must be stronger than I think because my table and camera start wobbling, and while editing this video, it felt like this, but in reality, it looks like this. Anyways, I slapped leaves all over the border in some sort of pattern. It was very much a guided process by my intuition, placing leaves in spaces that felt like they needed a leaf, making my way all the way around the window until I filled up as much of the border I thought would be necessary to create the depth bush feeling I was looking for. And I did it again with a color smidgen lighter, and again with the next lightest color, and again with the last color until I got something like this. After letting the leaves dry, it was time to pull that washi tape off. A moment of silence for the pull, please. Hell yeah! And now, just gonna speed up the rest of the process. Do 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 do. Oh wait, that's going a lot faster than I thought. And now with a knife, I'm gonna carefully pull up a little flap so my fingers can grab it, and I can pull the tape off very slowly. And another moment of silence for the pulling. Beautiful. Nice clean edges. And I'm absolutely in love with how the leaf border turned out. Now for the wisp, the little creature companion, and the window itself. But apparently first, I'm going to take a very long time mixing around on the paint palette. Like, girl? Huh? Why are we still going? Like, what is this? That's a good color. Stop. To then hesitate putting the brush to the cover, it's just a little painful to watch. I didn't slow the video down for dramatic effect. This is my actual speed. And she does it. Yeah, okay. I can't do this anymore. Voiceover Emily needs a break. I'll give you some nice ambiance music so you can just watch this painting come to life in a very relaxed way.
moments later.
All right, I'm back. I did a layer of white over our little creature. Now I'm going to add the details on this little buddy and do the stone framing of the window. While that happens, I figured I would tell you a little tale about this creature and the wisp, as well as how they play roles in my creative story I'm working on. Once I'm done with the description, I'll fade away again and have music sweep in for any remaining art making. In the world of Tanara, a group of folks are blessed by the Great Mother, by the magic of the moon herself, with the gifts of all the elements. Traditionally, a trait passed down through the mother's bloodline. Why, you may ask? To be attuned to all elements, these folks are capable to shepherd souls beyond the fog to their final resting place, giving these selected folks the title of shepherds. As peaceful as that may sound, some souls can get lost or corrupted before they're ferried to the spirit woods. Even with all the elements on the shepherd's side and a strong bond of kinship, a familiar, a creature companion, can be rather handy to deal with such situations, as well as providing various insights folks or elements cannot. Kit, for example, is excellent at fitting into tight spaces, lighting up a room, metaphorically and literally, and offering solace to King Rowan, his daughter Milu, and attempts for his son Dante. This little feline bonded with his wife Marina in her novice years of training long before meeting Rowan. Tragically, when Milu became her Tragically, when Milu began her shepherd's training, Marina lost her life in a forest fire. Though Kit's bond may have crossed, I read that sentence wrong, sorry. Though Kit's bond may have crossed, this little companion remains on the side of the fog, now tethered to Rowan, seeming true connections in relationships are truly soul deep. When creating Kit, I knew I wanted an animal familiar for Queen Marina that felt traditional witchy vibes with an even more fantasy twist, something slightly feline and fox-like, leading me to create a magical mythical creature that still doesn't have a common name yet. I do know they are house cat sized with large fennec fox like ears and patternings inspired by the Japanese folklore spirit kitsune, hence the name Kit, opting for blue hued patterns instead of a traditional red because I wanted Kit to be an interconnected opposite to Milu's creature companion, who will be in the window on the last page of my sketchbook. All well and good, you may be thinking, but what of the wisp? These little balls of swirling light and magic are the souls of the crossed coming to visit, whispers of who they used to be. Any folk who may share their paths with these visitors may experience small sensations. Sensations such as a specific feeling washing over them out of nowhere, a smell associated with their deceased loved ones, the sun hitting a spot they're looking at a little more brightly, or hearing an old melody riding the wind. Shepherds, seers, maybe even some creatures can see full apparitions of these ancestral guests. Looks like that may be one of Kit's other useful abilities. Woo! Here we are. Time for the finishing touch, a little sparkle. I'm going to take a metallic paint marker and do some fun filigree on the edge of the border. But first, cool transition, go! Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Ta-da! So proud of how this came out. The gold lining was chef kisses. Brought it all together. Super love how Sketchbook 9 is written out in Tendrilis Script, a writing system made by creator Anomalis. Let me know what your favorite part is of this little illustration and if you ended up making anything while I was painting. I hope you have a day and stay enchanted.